Hello, my friends. Thanks for opening. This morning I had a really interesting dream. It seems as if the guides and angels are teaching me once again how to make choices about how I think and what I think. My dream was that, well, it'd be a little hard to explain if you're not horsey, but I used to breed horses when I was much younger. And one of the most sacred moments of working with the babies, who I handled a lot because I loved them so much, was the moment when I could slip onto their back for the first time. Now, this usually happened when they were somewhere in their second year. And when I knew the invitation was there for me to climb aboard, it was so sacred. And I did this without any restraining device on them. Normally, we were inside of either a ring or the barn, and the young horse would wander up and down the aisle, and I would simply, not sit up at first, but stay low, petting, scratching, loving on the horse. The memory of that could have caused me profound grief. And in fact, that was my first thought because at my age, with my physical limitations, I can't have horses anymore. I mean, that was a beautiful time in my life. And so my first thought was grief. But my second thought was, now, wait a minute, we can reframe this. What if in one of the other reality platforms, we can choose to have these sacred experiences again? Even if it isn't in this density, I know that there are less dense. We call them heaven, right? Places where we can have experience. Now, my angels once said to me, when I was in a kind of particularly low point and only thinking about the things that I had a lot of self-blame and shame about in my life, because I've taken self-responsibility as I think about my life. And part of that self-responsibility is inviting yourself to have a different attitude about some of the events of your life that you might be ashamed of. Now, the most effective attitude is one of self-forgiveness because you can't change the past. But if you take full responsibility and forgive yourself for some of the things that you've done with intention during your life that you don't know how much or how little they hurt the people around you, but you suspect. Anyway, we obsess with these, or some of us obsess with these, because as you're trying to complete your soul's intent, personally, I look at where I trip up and where I fail, not where I succeed. And maybe many of you were programmed to think like that. I actually think as a human mammal, we're programmed to think like that because, we don't want to repeat the same mistake where the tiger ate half our leg, right? So we're programmed to remember the mistakes that we make so we can stay alive. I mean, some of it is really that simple. Anyway, so in the dream, with this dream, and I felt myself slipping on to the back of a lovely young horse. I knew that I could have this experience in heaven once again. I also know that we create our heaven. And we create our heaven out of the most beautiful memories we have. We don't create our heaven out of our mistakes here. It's like my angel said to me once when I was really kind of down on myself. And they said, "Really? That's what you're going to take with you when you die? That's going to be what you take? No. Heal your karma. Forgive yourself. Forgive everybody else. Bring love and light to everything you can." And that's the memories that we create our heaven with when we leave this density. All right. So I hope that this brightens your day, and I really appreciate you coming. Thanks. And until I see you again, please be well and please be blessed.